Hello, folks. My name is Wayne Wolf, and yes, I am the son of the notorious serial killer Edward Wayne Edwards. Back in 1955, my mom met this man. They started traveling the United States, and they got married. Well, she didn't know that he was robbing banks as she went. They went around and did their travels, and then in 1956, he got busted in Montana for those bank robberies. Well, mom was pregnant with me at the time. She went back to Idaho Falls, where I was born and raised, where she was born and raised, and she had me there on my grandpa's birthday. Then she moved back up to Deer Lodge, Montana, where my father was in prison. Well, she went in, took me into the prison to visit him, and she told him that she was divorcing him. Well, he got very angry, and he gave her this hand-carved leather photo album with a picture of me on the front in the zodiac symbol, and on the back it says Mr. Wayne Jr. in the zodiac symbol. He gave this to her, and he told her to fill it full of pictures of me because he was going to get out of prison and he was going to kill me to get even with her for divorcing him. Well, that was when we went into hiding. Mom moved over to live with her brother, and there she met a very good man by the name of Chuck Wolf. He adopted me. He was a great man. He was well into motorsports. I grew up watching him race cars, motorcycles, snow machines, dirt bikes. I even learned how to ride a dirt bike at the age of 5. It was a great life. He took very good care of me. No one was ever allowed to speak of my father to me. I didn't really find that too awful weird. One day my mom, something had come up. My aunt had mentioned to me about my father being a bank robber. And I went home, asked my mom. She told me everything that had happened. Then I went on with my life. I got involved in construction. My dad taught me how to be a construction worker. I've been in construction for 54 years, seen some fantastic jobs. I've done deep digs on high-rise buildings, tunnels, bridges. I went on to get my engineer's degree, along with a couple other degrees. And I've been in construction for 54 years. Life has been pretty darn good. Then in 2015, my son calls me up and he says, Dad, I got a free thing for Ancestry.com, but I cannot find Grandma. And I told him, he says, well, my mom was married to a bank robber, and his name was Edward Wayne Edwards. Go ahead and look that name up, and call me back and let me know what you find. Well, it didn't take long. He called me right back. He says, Dad, do you know who your father was? He was a notorious serial killer who was accused of over 300 murders in a 50-year period. He died in prison in 2011, which was 4 years before this, and he was a notorious serial killer. And I'm going, what the heck? This is, really good new things to find out at the age of 59. Well, my son, who was working in the movie industry down in California, he got more into this and trying to find out answers for me. Well, he got this idea to do a documentary. He went and talked to the people at Paramount Network, and they give him a big budget, and he filmed a big 6-part documentary. This documentary talks about my father, talks about me, about things that I have grown up with, things that I've done. I've had a fascinating life. And then he used this photo album in the documentary, and the documentary aired in, I believe it was 2016, and it did really, really well. Well, this was quite the trauma for me to find out about my father being a serial killer. So I went on and I've gotten some counseling, talked to a lot of people, And I've come to grips that I don't care about him. He was a evil, evil man. I was adopted by a good man. I was raised in a good family. I've got 3 wonderful brothers and a lot of cousins. Mom was one of 16, or one of 13, excuse me. And I've decided I don't need this photo album. I'm going to move on with my life. And I'm wanting to sell this photo album, and I'm going to put it up for bids. Now, my son will post this, and there'll be information on how to contact me to purchase this photo album. Now, in the time being, I have written a book. It's about me, my life, the fantastic jobs I've done, the fantastic way I was raised, and I am going to put that book out after I've sold this photo album, and I'm going to publish it myself, and I'm going to move on with my life. Now, if you're interested in this, go ahead and put a bid on it. It's hand-carved leather photo album by the serial killer Edward Wayne Edwards, my father. Thank you, and have a great day.